understand the concept.
Okay.
Guys.
Did you guys get 1 through 4?
Formulas.
Oh no.
Are we done?
No.
Okay, let's do like 30 more seconds.
Oh.
And then we're going to go around the room, so if you want to start, if you feel safe right now, Jade. Hold on, Jade.
Oh, wait, not the first one.
Wait,
I don't think you're safe, guys.
I think I got this.
You know what I'm
Shh.
Hold on. I don't know. My favorite. I don't like note cards.
Yeah, start over there.
Okay.
Staples.
Anything you don't know today, that means you need to study it. All right. If it's all of it, I guess you need to study all of it.
I got this.
All right, Trevor.
I'm gonna, from what I remember, or no, it wouldn't be. Okay. Well.
You're joking.
I'm gonna say 5 and.
5 and 4 now.
Or that's the what's it called thing?
Corresponding means matching.
1 and 5.
Like, remember I said, like, Mari and Canyon are corresponding.
Are they supposed to be Trevor, you literally said it earlier. Baby.
So
Want
1
to try?
You are a correspondent.
I will.
Okay.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
No, 1 and 5, 1 and 5, 1 and 5.
Okay, 1 and 5. That would be.
And
So,
2, 6,
No, I said that.
4, 8, 7, 3. Yeah.
2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8. All right. If you didn't know that, that's something you need to study. Number 2, there's lots of possible answers, by the way. I'm just only going to put one on. All right, Jaden.
3 and 6.
3 and 6.
And 4 and 5.
And 4 and 5.
3, 6, 4,
Tristan.
1,
4 and 8. No.
1 and
Oh, sorry. 1 and 8. Yes, that's correct. Okay, 1 and 8, because they're on alternate sides of the transversal, opposite sides of the transversal, but they're exterior to the line. Are these lines parallel? No. That's not just a sloppy drawing. It's just that's how it's going to look. These are still corresponding angles, but if the lines are parallel, we know corresponding angles are congruent, or we know alternate interior angles.
You said they aren't parallel?
They aren't.
Okay,
In this picture. A lot of times they are. Usually they are, and then we say these angles are congruent, or these angles are supplementary, right? But they're not necessarily. Yeah, if they are, they'll put little arrow symbols on them to show, or something like that. Okay, consecutive interior. Mason. 4 and 6, correct. And 3 and 5. You only have to put one pair though. Just.
Do we have to put the and sign in the middle?
No, I don't. I'm not gonna be that picky. Okay.
1 second.
Number 5 is hiding down below.
Oh yeah, you can scroll down.
Okay. Here's the thing. So I can't. You know what I'm gonna do? Is everybody done with 1 through 4? Can I erase it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
This way I can put everything on the same page.
I haven't seen one. I'm Will,
Oh, I did 3 and 1 line.
Will, you're done. That was one. No, just that. Mr. Jordan did one for. That counts to Will?
No, he did 1 before. When?
Okay.
In that.
Shh. All right, boys. If 4 and 5 equals blah blah blah, what values of x make the lines? Does this say 11? What do you think this says?
Parallel.
Yeah, I ran out of room. So, what values of x makes the lines parallel? If 4 and 5, what do 4 and 5 need to be to make the lines parallel? They need to be equal. The angles need to be equal. So we need this to equal that.
So we need to find out what x is.
So yeah, solving for x. What values of x will make the lines parallel? You guys ready to pull out your algebra skills?
Yes.
What skills? What skills?
They're not equal.
Dylan, you want to try?
Oh, no, I meant no.
Yeah, I know. I heard you say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't.
Jane, you already did one. So, if you no, no, if you have x's on both sides, do you know what to do? No.
Add or subtract.
Yeah, how do I get rid of, if I have them on both sides, I need to get rid of them on one side. How would I get rid of the 3x for a minute?
Subtract 3x, divide by x. Mr. Jordan.
Okay, on this side we still have negative 5. On this side we have 2x plus 1. And now it's a basic equation, like 2x plus 1 equals negative 5. Like normally on the page it would look like this. So how do we solve that?
Subtract 1.
Yes. By the way, please show your work. That way if you get the wrong answer, I know you're at least close. If you just put the wrong answer in there and I don't know how you got it, I'll just take all the points off. But if you just like wrote 4 instead of 5, then I'll just take a couple points off or something like that. Anyway, it's up to you. So, oh, I forgot to ask you. So divide by 2 next, right?
Yeah.
Any questions on that one? It's kind of sloppy Joe right there. Mary Ann's in serious mode now.
What?
Got your glasses on.
You know, I was trying to, or I went to take the vision test for the, like, the driver thing, and I was trying to take it out my glasses, and I couldn't even read the first one. Keep going. Without the glasses, and I failed it.
So you have to go back and take it again?
No, I just failed the vision test, and then, but I had.
Yeah, but you can't get your license without a provision.
Yeah, I know, they put.
Oh, no,
They put partial.
You need to see the track.
No, you
Yeah,
can't,
they
you
put-
just have a restriction.
Yeah, my
Every
restriction is I
glasses.
have to wear
Oh,
glasses.
yeah.
when I drive.
Right, okay.
So
Wait,
it's like
oh,
all my.
where did-
lessons.
Wait.
Oh.
Sorry, I was making sure.
This-
All I did was write the,
Because if you get pulled over and you're not wearing your glasses and you have a restriction.
they
you
said
get a
I
ticket, you know.
Cause I was trying to not.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you need glasses, Mary Ann. I've seen your glasses.
My left eye sees so much better.
You've
than my
actually
right
seen
eye.
that?
Like I've looked through them. It's like looking through magnifying lenses.
I can't see.
Can I see the question for 5 again?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, we need to kind of keep a pace here. We gotta.
I'm good to go.
So do we just need to put the X value?
I'm good to go. Mike.
Yeah, x is negative 3. That's the answer.
I'm good to go.
Great.
All right.
Doing all the extra work.
Okay, on number 6,
These ones
So-
are parallel.
these ones have to be parallel, yeah. So I'll put the little arrows there. They're giving us something about 1 and 5, but our final answer is what is angle 4 though?
Oh, wait, oh,
Okay,
It's equal to angle 1.
how should angles 1 and 5 be related to each other?
parallel.
should both equal 180.
They should, right, they're consecutive interiors, so they
So
should
they add
add up,
forgot the term, but they add up to 180.
they should add up to 180, supplementary. So, this plus this equals 180.
And 4 is vertical angle to the number 1.
So, if you write that part down, I'll give you half credit. And then if you get the answer right, I'll give you full credit, okay?
So that'd be 4x plus 6 equals 180, right?
Yeah, you can simplify the left side. X plus 3x is 4x. 4 plus 2 is plus 6. 4x plus 6. Yeah, probably the one on the test will come out even, but this one has a decimal.
43.5.
So I just made up the numbers.
Give us some time.
Is 43.5 the answer? No.
Oh, there's something somewhere.
If we're asking for x, it would have been.
Where do I start, Mr. Jordan? At writing.
So then we have 4
Well-
everything quick.
I would only write as much as you didn't know. If you know how to do the algebra steps, like do you know how to solve it from here? You know how to solve this?
Wait, no, I need to like,
I know,
Okay.
subtract the six.
is that right there the same thing that's in the top right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I know, yes.
I just moved that to that right
Yes,
there,
I do know.
because I ran out of room.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, if I know x, then I can figure out these two angles, right? Because I can just plug in x right there or x right there. But I'm looking for angle 4. Angle 4 is going to be the same as what angle? Angle 1, because they're what? Vertical angles. So if I can just figure out what angle 1 is, then that's my answer.
51.5.
Yeah, angle 1 is x plus 4. So 43.5 plus 4, 47.5. I'm pretty sure the one on the test is not a decimal, but it doesn't really matter.
So it can be a decimal then?
Could be, I don't think we've had decimal degrees in this chapter book at all.
You said these angles are supplementary?
These two are.
Okay, so.
If it's consecutive interior, yes they are. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Can I scroll? Oh, it's approved.
Oh, 7. Oh, I hate these ones.
Okay, it's really short. It's fill in the blank on the test. I kind of ran out of room. So
Is there only 3 steps?
we're using the same picture from above. There's 4 steps. Here's the given that the lines are parallel, those 2 lines up above. And we're supposed to prove that 3 and 8 are congruent. Guess what I'm putting on line 1?
Given.
A and B are.
A is parallel to B. I'm just copying this down. And the reason is given. Where is this going to go in the proof?
At the bottom.
This will be our last line. Okay, the one on the test is actually fill in the blank though. Here, let me go back up to the picture. So we're supposed to prove 3 and 8 are the same angle, same measurement. So I can either try to get from like 3 to 8, or I can try to go from 8 to 3. So what angle is 3 the same thing as?
2.
2. Okay, there's multiple answers. I think the one on the test goes 3 to 2 like that.
What were those called if they're like
Okay, what's that called?
vertical?
Vertical angles. So we're going to say 3 is congruent to 2 because they're vertical angles. And then what's 2 the same thing as? 8. How do we know 2 and 8 are the same? Corresponding angles on parallel lines or corresponding angle postulate. So I said 3 is the same as 2, 2 is the same as 8, therefore what? If 3 is the same as 2, 2 is the same as 8, therefore 3 is the same as 8. That's the proof. Okay, we just said it, we gotta write it down, but that's how it goes. The one on the test is very similar to that. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it's pretty close. Okay, I think we said 3 and 2 are the same first, right?
Yeah, 3 and 2.
Because they're vertical angles. That's actually a theorem. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 3. It's a theorem, but you can just put vertical angles, it's fine. And then we said, what did we say next after that?
2 is congruent to A. 8.
Yeah, 2 is the same as A, 2 is corresponding angles on parallel lines or corresponding angle postulate.
And then we have what we tried to prove, which is transitive.
Okay, so yeah, we just said 3 is the same as 2, 2 is the same as 8. So why can we say 3 is the same as 8? Yeah, the book probably put transitive. They usually use substitution when it's like an equation, like equals. But
What's the difference between transit and transitivity?
transitivity we used when we were doing the logic stuff. It's the same idea.
It's the same thing as the transitivity.
Yeah, they call, when we got to the geometry, they called it transitive property.
Okay, that's different.
So you probably won't hear transitivity again, but you will hear this a lot. Because we're kind of done with the logic stuff for a while.
We're not open.
All right. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, again, it's a fill in the blank proof on the test. That's the only one.
How many are there?
One,
Two.
two blanks there.
You said that's the only one.
Okay,
What in the world?
so on this one, guess what we can assume?
Well, that's nice. I like it.
These lines are parallel.
They haven't had something with that many angles before.
Okay, up here is the given, this is not a proof, but it's given to us that 2 is 42 angle,
Where is?
42
Oh, I see
degree.
it. I couldn't.
Right there. I'm just gonna write it in the picture. So on the test tomorrow, you should probably write the angles in there. 19 is 64 degrees.
Yeah, I got the draw.
Okay, I have an idea.
I'm gonna pause. Well, if you get stuck on one once, try jumping to another so you can figure it out. It's probably easy.
Would, number 8 would be 64 degrees. 2. Measure of angle.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Okay. 19, angle 19 is the same as what other angle?
Number 6.
Okay,
16 and 5?
no. Okay, these lines are not parallel,
Wow.
right? So if these are not parallel, we can't jump this way. These lines are parallel, so we can jump this way. 19 and 11 are the same because they're corresponding. 19 and 6 are the same because they're what? Alternate.
Exterior?
They're
Or
alternate interior. They're interior to these two lines. Alternate interior. So this is 64 degrees. Okay, here's a major hint on this problem. If you want the hack cheat code on this. If the angles look the same, there's a pretty good chance that they are. Now, I just said though that 19 and 16, they kind of look the same, but they're not. Because these two lines are not parallel. So you can't really do this. You can do this though. These look the same, they are. These look the same, they are.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, would the thing 4 and 7 and be same as 6 and 12? Yes. Are the two lines at the top parallel?
Yeah.
Okay, they are? Okay, well, that's easy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Angle 4. All right. This gets a little trickier. We're trying to find this angle right here. Okay, if angle 2 is 42 degrees, what other angle is 42 degrees?
Angle 4.
Number 5.
Angle 5. How did we know that? They're vertical.
Yeah.
Okay,
So then
what do I know about 4, 5, and 6 together?
they make 180.
They make 180.
So
So
you got 62 and 42 together and then do 180 minus.
yes.
this,
Or you can just plug in 180 minus 64 minus 42.
Can I use your calculator?
What does that come out to? 106.
Let me do it. I got a calculator.
74. Did you guys get 74 on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's 13?
13's right here. Okay, angle 7. Alright, I just found this angle.
You don't have
So how can I get down to angle 7? They're supplementary. Same side interior, of course, consecutive interior, have to add up to 180. So I'm going to do 180 minus 74, 106.
Oh, there.
I guess I'll put that in there. Okay, now we're we're trying to find 13. 13's way back over here.
You said that 19 and 13 were the same, right?
No. 19 and 11 were the same because they're corresponding. These are not the same though. If they're not the same, probably what are they though? Supplementary. They have to add up to 180. So there's consecutive interior, right? They're on the same side together. So they have to add up to 180. 180 minus 64 will give us this. What is that, 116? Okay, yeah, all these are degrees. So on this one, angle 16, does that look like angle 7? No, it's not. So if it doesn't look like it, guess what? Yeah, if this is 106, this is 106, right? Right there. Or if this is 106, this is 106. So this one will be 180 minus 106. So that's 74.
Yeah, take a picture of that. It's like, it's really hard to draw the picture.
I guess.
It's really just like, I like these problems. They're fun. They're just like problem solving.
You did not?
I do. I just like how they, I don't know,
Do you want me to pose, Marion?
is it kidding you?
She's innocent, but
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
We're gonna open somebody's phone, it's just gonna be a picture of you as their wallpaper.
that would disturb me.
Nice.
I'd be like, let's erase that. And also never make eye contact.
It'd be a little weird if it was not in school.
What was this supposed to be?
That-
Just walking
I
along.
don't know.
Junk. Oh, okay.
What is this?
I remember now. So here's the picture. They're saying if angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, then why do we know that lines A and B are parallel? So this is like name the theorem. Okay. Yeah, this is a problem. I didn't number it, but this is a problem on the test. All these are problems on the test. What are 1 and 2 called?
X
Corresponding.
Alternate. Okay, they're on alternate sides of the transversal, and they're exterior. So here's the theorem. Hopefully you guys remember this. If alternate exterior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel.
Do we have to write that entire thing?
That would be the answer to the problem. That theorem has a name, but the name is more complicated than the theorem itself. You know, it's the converse of the alternate exterior angle theorem. So, let's just say if alternate, that's the key word, if alternate exterior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. I guess I'll write it down.
Can you please take pictures with yourself on the board?
Did you guys write this one down already?
What is that sign? Oh, one in between 1 and angle 2. Incongruent means what again? No, I'm just
Time to give up.
I'm getting a recap. I'm getting a recap.
Okay, congruent means they're the same.
Okay.
You're gonna get Chick-fil-A for lunch? You're getting me Chick-fil-A for lunch?
You're actually
Lucky.
Rude.
I'm just asking the question.
Why wouldn't you get me Chick-fil-A?
yes. Mr. Jordan, so because I want Chick-fil-A too.
You don't share Chick-fil-A. That's not Christ-like.
Yeah.
Haven't you read the verse? if a man asks you.
Oh yeah,
for his-
Mr. Jordan,
What?
I might be going to work at Chick-fil-A, so I'll get you first.
I'm just
I'll
trying to
probably see you every
imagine
couple
you
months.
trying
That'll
to
be
get
the
in
most
here.
awkwardest meeting. I saw one.
Whatever. If you work at Chick-fil-A, I'm just trying to imagine you trying to get in here.
I got
I
here.
saw Austin.
You have to.
Oh, yeah, I see Austin.
Okay,
He was near the window. I was like,
let's do one more. So,
Just one more.
oh no, on this picture.
Oh,
If alternate interior angles are congruent, or sorry, alternate exterior angles are congruent, lines are parallel. What were can anybody name the other three ways we can prove lines are parallel? Archer.
Corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, and consecutive.
Consecutive interior. So,
Oh, because
If alternate-
consecutive interior, it shows that both of the top one and the bottom one make the same angle.
no, these two would have to add up to 180. Okay, so here's the four options. Listen. If consecutive interior angles are what? Supplementary, the lines are parallel. If alternate interior angles are congruent, lines are parallel. If alternate exterior angles, that's the one we just did, are congruent, the lines are parallel. Which one did I skip? Oh, if corresponding angles are congruent, lines are parallel. So you need to know all four of those. Just like question one. Question one said, what are the corresponding angles? What are the alternate interior? What are the alternate exterior? Those are all proofs to prove the lines are congruent.
wait, what was this? Alternate exterior, interior, consecutive, and what's the other one?
Corresponding.
Oh, corresponding.
so do you want to work that the angles are congruent?
Yes.
So you want
The only ones that aren't congruent are the consecutive interior, like 2 and 3. Those have to be supplementary. They have to add up to 180 to make the lines
So do
parallel.
you want us to know what like the terms of them?
No, you have to be able to say it. You don't need to know the name. The book's name for it was confusing, I thought. So when we did the homework,
So was that a problem?
Oh, so you want us to know the theorems?
What are those?
yeah, you need to know you don't need to know the theorem name. You just need to be able to state it.
What is this?
Okay, this one is name the slope. This one's called name the slope.
The vertical one's like a no slope, right?
Yeah. Okay. I kind of forgot about going around the room, didn't I?
Are they
So-
Slightly.
Aiden, do you remember how we found the slope for this line?
No.
So slope is rise over run. So if we're going from here to here,
rise one?
what's the rise? Yeah. Actually, I would think of it like this. I would think of the rise as being -1, and what's the run? Well, no, that'd be +2. So the slope is rise over run. So it's -1/2.
So if it's going down, it's gonna be a negative.
If the line's going down, it should be a negative slope. If it's going up, you guys think.
Oh my gosh, I can't draw that. Same. Use your imagination.
Does that one have a name?
Oh, we're right.
Like slope A? Because the vertical one's a no slope and then the perpendicular.
Somebody.
My teeth.
Word. Yes, I smell it.
Bro, what happened?
Who was it? Be honest.
What happened?
It must be over
there.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do in that hand?
It's not over here.
It's bad.
Based on the reaction time, it's the back row.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think it's
It's
Mason Rady.
probably.
Oh, shut up. Oh, you
Oh,
mean
you.
I see Trevor.
Look how you. Look how you.
Look how we didn't smell it. You smelled it first, bro. And it came from our front row.
It's definitely Mason.
No, I'm pushing Trevor.
All right, guys, real quick. If you have a flat line, what is the slope? If it's just horizontal flat,
Not
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, 0.
Zero.
No.
Okay. Like, what's the rise?
Isn't it undefined?
From here to here, what's the rise?
Undefined.
0. What's the run? Maybe 4 or something, whatever it is. 0 over 4 is 0. The slope of a horizontal line is always 0. Every time. You guys gonna remember that for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't review it then.
Wait.
And then the other one's.
Slope is 0. Okay, if it is a vertical line,
Undefined.
it's undefined or no slope. I will accept either of those. Undefined or no slope.
And you
Or
have
sheer
to write
drop.
the formula like X equals, like on that one.
No. You don't need a formula for this. You need rise over run for that. You just need to remember these. The slope on this one, the rise is like 3 and the run is like 0, and that's undefined. It doesn't work. Okay.
Well, all these slopes, if it goes steep.
Are we able to make like a note card with the formulas on it?
No.
You should let us.
No. I am going to put those 3 formulas on the board. Distance, midpoint.
Thanks for formulating that.
That was your two.
Mr. Jordan, hear me out though.
You've reached your quota, Will.
Yes.
Hear me out, Mr.
No,
Jordan.
You
no
stopped
one person
numbering
gets
them.
it. Individual people
Huh.
know.
Hear me out.
class.
You let us get a
Give
3.
me 5 minutes.
Or it's like the normal.
Make it,
No
we're gonna try to get it
No.
trained in
This
every
is why
class.
Oh, you do get like a
Wait,
rating
there's no
session.
Yeah, what?
Okay. On this one,
Yeah, sure.
I'm definitely right. So
What if he was
we
like,
can put it
okay, it's
right
time to
there.
test out.
Brandon, he had he got to use one of his sheets. for one of his
It more.
yesterday.
Okay.
No, no.
guys, those 3 formulas that we used, the distance, midpoint.
I'm doing that for all.
Okay, I'm not gonna spend time on this today. This is the distance, you just gotta plug stuff in. You can put all of it in your calculator. You just gotta know which is the x and which is the y, right? What's the x values? Which one is the x value here?
3.
3. So the x values, put the x values here, the y values here, plug it in. Okay. The midpoint, I will put this on the board. I'm not gonna make you memorize it this year. Next year you will have to.
Did you make us memorize the?
You might have had to memorize the slope formula last
No, you
year.
didn't. What about the Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah, I think we did have to
Just
memorize.
open the door. It was after I hit the table.
Yeah, we did have to memorize.
Anyways, if you need help with that, you're just gonna have to go back and look at other examples. No, we're not done yet. Shh, quiet. Okay. The other thing we need to talk about is this equation right here, the lines, the linear equations. Okay. The first thing they're going to say is write this in slope intercept form. Actually, I'm going to change that to -12 and graph it. We're supposed to change this to slope intercept form and graph it. How do we change it to slope intercept form? Subtract 3x. You get y by itself. Y equals mx plus b is slope intercept form. So you got to get y by itself. Start by subtracting 3x.
Yeah, no, wait. I remember what the big thing is.
Divide the.
And then you divide by 3.
Divide by 4.
By 4?
Trying to get y by
Trying to
itself.
get-
-3/4 and then -3.
Okay, so then, yeah. And then subtract.
So what does this mean on the graph?
You want to start at -3.
You
and
start
then
down
you
3.
go down
Go on the floor and you go right.
You start down 3. Put a dot there. And then your slope is
Going down 3 and over 4.
down 3, right 4. So down 3, right 4. So it'd be about right there.
And we don't
Or you can go
have to graph
backwards,
that,
up 3 and back 4.
right? And we don't have to actually graph that, right?
On the test, you're gonna have to graph it.
I mean right now.
make a quick sketch. Alright, the other problem, are you guys done? Do I need to pause for a minute?
Wait, no, you gotta pass for a second.
Wait.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Well,
I
I'm
am
not, so.
No, it's not, Mari. We're gonna be using every last second probably. Okay. The other problem says find the x and y intercepts and graph it. Do you guys recall how we found the x and y intercepts?
You like covered up one, and then
Okay.
you put 0.
You put 0 for x and solve for y. So what would y be in this case?
-3.
-3. Divided by 4 is -3. So 0, -3, that's going to be the y-intercept. If you graph it, it's on the y-axis. And then you do the same thing, but you put 0 in for the y value. That gives you the x-intercept. -4. And then you graph those 2 points. 0, -3, -4, 0. 0.
I'm getting a lot weirder.
Something like that. Okay, we got one more. Yeah.
What's that called again?
The directions are going to say find the x-intercept and the y-intercept and graph it. Here, I'll read it word for word. State the x and y-intercepts of blah, 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 and graph the equation.
Wait, is that literally the test?
Yeah.
What are the numbers?
Where do you think he gets these things?
Wait, are these all the questions on the test?
He looks from the test.
Yes.
Wait, is this all of them or is some of them?
All of them.
This is every single.
He
Is
takes
this the
props from the
exact
test.
question? No, it's not the
No.
exact
It's numbers.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not different.
But
That's how we work out here.
none of these answers are the answers on the test, though. Except for the theorems one, I guess. Those are the answers.
This isn't gonna be a bit, Carson.
There's just one.
Okay. Nope. Shh. So here's the one I'm most concerned about. Listen, we're supposed to write an equation of a line that's parallel to this line that is going through, like, we'll say through this one. Okay. What do we know about parallel lines?
They have the exact same slope, so it's
Okay.
basically.
Is this in slope-intercept form? No. Because it doesn't say y equals. So I'm going to divide by 3. So it says y equals 1/3 x. Okay, this is the slope. If I am going to make a parallel line, I'm going to use the same slope. So I'm going to use the equation y equals 1/3 x plus b. Don't move. 3. What am I going to do with the 3? X. -1. Y. I'm plugging those in to figure out what b is. Once I solve that for b, multiply that and subtract it. Once I solve for b, I put it back right there, and this is the answer. Alright, you guys can go. Good luck. Godspeed.
Your arm got it. I'm gonna grab your arm.
Yeah, zoom in on my arm here.
Mr. Jordan, I was so Mr. Jordan, I was so confused when I hit the table when I was thinking. I thought you couldn't. You just started